Hello, this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. Today with another Lavinia Stamps video. I really enjoy using them at the moment. I have also put an order in today for a few of the brand new stamps, but I will record a video obviously next week when they arrive. This card here was inspired by one I've seen a few times now on the Lavinia Facebook page, and it is basically a branch. I think Joe Rice did one basically with a flower stem and one of the little houses on it that makes it look like it's a bird house, and then obviously a bird with it. And I had this idea yesterday, and I thought what it would be like if instead of the bird, or maybe together with the bird, I actually brought out the bats. And I thought this would be really funny if we had an upside down house here. So I'm going to be using the woodland cottages again. I will use both of them. So I want a proper bird house and then one house upside down here for the bats, or for one of the bats. For the birds, just because of the proportions, I think I'm going for one of the bigger ones from the bird collection here. I thought about maybe an owl, but I'm a little bit limited on my card here. This is just cut under 5 by 7 inches. So I had a play how I can place my branch here. This is the vine branch. I will link to all the stamps below. And yeah, so I'm a bit limited in the size here and what I can squeeze on it. I didn't want to do it sideways because then I would have to cut off the branch. But if you like making bigger cards, obviously you've got a bit more space to use. I don't want to do a lot of colouring, although the houses have open areas to colour, but I thought I will put some colour down in the background just with a stencil. So I picked this one here, can't remember what it's called, but again I'm going to link to it below, and I will just put a little bit of green through it just for the background, and I'm using the pine, which is a medium green. So I'm just inking up my brush, just testing it here on the scrap paper, and I'm just going in circular motions, which is important for a stencil like this. That's got sort of openings in all sorts of different directions. And my cat just decided to get up. He probably wants to be fed. Probably heard me say that a few times. So I think I will continue this off camera. I can check what it's like, and I really like the look of that, so I try not to shift it. I'm going to give my cat some attention. I have placed the branch stamp here more or less in the middle. I'm letting it overhang a little bit because I don't want, well, I want it to look like it's continuous. So I've got a bit of scrap paper here on the side. And picking this up now. Now that I've placed it, I can actually put it sideways. Apologies for the glare of my little lamp there. I hope it's not too bad. Just getting the stamps out of the way. So, and I'm inking this up thoroughly. Needs plenty of ink. Obviously you could use a different colour for this. I'm just going all for black. Could have used some brown instead, but I think I'm keeping this more or less monochrome, except obviously for the background. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love the details on this stamp. That is just so lovely. Okie dokes. So this time I haven't done any masking like I did in my recent video with the houses. Just getting this out of the way, because I don't mind this sort of overlapping a little bit. I could, if I wanted to, cover the tree a little bit, but I think I'm just going for it. So what I'm doing with this, oh sorry, I've forgotten I'm still zoomed in. Oops. What I'm doing with this is I'm placing it so that the bottom of the house overlaps a little bit with a branch. I'm trying not to get this in the way there, making sure it's straight, because I want this really to look like it's attached to the branch. And I think I will do the other house at the same time. Might just as well. They are the same thickness, so it should not make a difference. And I think I will just place this here. Yeah, that should be okay. So I've got a bit of the branch going over the front of the house, but that should be okay. Just again, packing them away. So again, I'm inking them up. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera. Again, plenty of ink. Apologies if you hear any barking in the background. My craft room door is not completely closed, so I can hear noises from the pub downstairs. You might not be able to hear that. Yeah, that's lovely. Let me zoom in for you. So there was no need to do any masking. I've got this branch going across, but that's fine. I could actually have moved this down a little bit. I think what I will do is here, fill that in a little bit, just with a pen, so that it looks like it's more connected. I could just invent another little line. Let me show you in a moment what I mean. Just getting those stamps out of the way. So if I just grab a pen, I've got this really fine fancy one, so I would just fill in another little line and making this part of the tree. Maybe even add one more line there so it looks like it's part of that. So all I have to do then is to add the bird and the bat, which I have mislaid, pardon. Oh, I'll put them here. So I think it would be nice if the bird was facing this way, so I will actually choose the bigger one, and I could make it sit on that bit here. Yeah, I think that would be fine. I'm just contemplating whether this bird is actually too big for this birdhouse. I've got the other one, but then that would be facing away from it. Or place it somewhere here. I could do that. Place it on here maybe. Because it's a solid stamp, it will overlap the leaves there, so that's not too much of an issue. Or maybe even here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think this one's a little bit too big. And the same with the bats, because I've got 3 sizes. I can choose the right size for the house, and I think it's the medium one. And I shall place it again so that it hangs on the branch here, or on the vine there. Yeah, I think this would be nice. So again, I will be stamping them in one go. I quickly do this off camera. You've seen me do this now. Again, I will apply plenty of ink because these are solid stamps. And if I have to go back in again, I've got the stamping platform, so I could do that. I had no problem stamping the bird and the bat. They were fine the first time round. And I've also stamped here the sentiment, home is where the heart is. So all that's left for me to do now is to colour in the houses. There are different options. I thought about using some crayons because the background is quite pale. I do like my Zig markers, so I thought I'd go in with that one. But you could also use a fine brush and use the same colour you've used for the background to colour it in. And I'm not doing anything fancy. I think I just want a bit of solid colour. And I've chosen this pale green. It's called number 45. I had tested a few colours here on the side because I wasn't quite sure. But I really want to just have one solid colour. So I'm just going all over here without any shading. I could introduce some colour to the branch if I wanted to, but I think I like to leave it as it is. So you can see that's all I'm doing. Really just even thought about whether I wanted a little bit of shimmer pen over this, but I think I'm fine and leave it like this. The reason why I wanted to colour these in is because obviously I've got the background pattern on the houses, so that's why I chose a green as well to blend this in. And you don't need any shading because Tracy's done the work on the stamps themselves, so that's fine. I'm just contemplating whether I do want to colour on the branch after all. I think I will actually do that. So again, I tested a few colours. I didn't want anything too dark, so I've decided to use this oatmeal, which is just a very light beige, and that will just make this a little bit more solid. And again, I'm not really paying too much attention, just don't want to go outside the lines here. So this will be all solid, and then I can just colour these in a little bit. Tell you what, I will just switch the camera off and do this off camera, take my time and put my head right over it, and then I will also mount this on the card base and show you the finished card. My card is finished. I have put it on a 5x7 card base that I cut myself. I actually cut this a little bit bigger and scored it at 5 1/4, folded it and then cut it to size, so 5x7 inches. I find I get better results than if I cut it to the exact size and then score and fold it. Yeah, I think this is really nice and a little bit cheeky. Oh, I forgot to mention I also coloured in the bat's eyes, the same colour I used for the house. And yeah, I think this is really good fun. And I think I will enter this into the Lavinia Stamps Creative Challenge, because this month the theme is a humble abode. So I think this is very apt for this. And yeah, and if you like this card too, you might want to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm creating, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. And I'll see you soon with another video.